So we want to identify people who have got talent, especially when they are very much in the community. They can bring the community along with them, because they are follower, and they are also very trustworthy. To a certain level, people trust them. Ya, macam kalau dulu kita panggil tok pengulu lah, tok kampung, tok pengulu. But with the fact that they are also a leader that is knowledgeable. Now we're talking about knowledge leaders. So knowledge leaders that can bring in, as you said, a group of people who are probably desperate or not able to understand a little bit more than they do. So they bring these people to be to have some benefits, we call that, benefits for them to be referral. And then from there, they help more than just a referral. That's what you meant to say. Yes. So when they help more than just referral, they themselves become a champion of that referrals. Yes. So when they become a champion of that referrals, they start to then, what am I champion about? Is this just bringing people, or is the value that you give to the group of people that they bring in? There is a lot of it is related to the how do you call that, the financial health of the people, right?
Yes. Okay, I think we have one particularly one concept or aim is that objective is to actually once they develop this referral the network, we want to do more than just that. We want to actually make sure that whatever effort that they put in to develop this network of referrals, if anything should happen to them, incapacitated due to accident or illness, and they lost their job, they're not able to work. So in situation like that, the family members are adversely affected financially. So the company wants to help them to build what we call it a family financial security network. So if anything happens, the income will continue to pay to them. And this is one concept that is not available, I believe, in the industry. In the employment, I don't ever come across. I don't think even the government servants are being provided with this sort of structure of benefits. And even in small businesses, I see during this pandemic, so many businesses closed down. They are not able to sustain. They simply cannot pay the high overheads imposed upon them, and they just give up and they have to terminate. And then in situation like that, some of them even commit suicide. So sad to say that, and the family are in trouble. So our philosophy in this company and the direction that we want to move in 2022 is actually to help people to build this security network. And this is very, very important, and something that is not available in the market, and this is something we want to do for them so that they are secure financially. You see, people work so hard nowadays. They wake up in the morning, 6 p.m. maybe, they rush to work, then they come back, going through the jam, they come back. At the end of the day, what are they trying to achieve? They are trying to make sure that the family get the best, they give them the best for the family, but rushing up and down every day. If something were to happen, then they are stuck. They will lose their job, they will lose their income, and the family will not be able to sustain financially. We are talking about financial health. So we are very proud to say that the founder of this company has developed this system, and one of its kind in Malaysia, and we have just launched it on 1st of January 2022, and we want to help the Malaysian population to have these wonderful benefits.
I would say it's a model, right?
Yes, it's a model. Yes, it's a model.
So how many people do you need to have for you to, in other words, like, do you need to bring a people of 4 or 5 or 10, so that the more the number of people you brought in, the more it's sustainable? Is that a model?
Just go for 5. For the start, just go for 5. The 5 will become 5 brings 5 will become 25. 25 brings 5 will 125. 125 brings 5 will become 625. So you go on that basis first.
Referrals or 5?
Yeah, by referrals, and then it will be supported by professional licensed insurance professional to actually handle the job. They just refer to the company, and the company will send the professional to handle
So what kind of, so the reward is based on success basis, I would say?
Yes, based on success basis, and in fact the product that we are talking about is actually a Takaful product. It's a Hiba product, and if anything were to happen, a sum of money would pay to the family for them to sustain financially. But then again, if you look at the insurance policy, yes, you may take out policy coverage for maybe 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, but that will only last you maybe 5 years, 10 years, right? No? But you know, if your family are young, that's a long way to go, 20, 30 years to go. But if you build up this financial security network, the stream of income will continue to come in year after year, year after year. It can go right up to the second generation and so on. So how you want to move the thing depends on what kind of lifestyle you want to have. Definitely this is a fantastic concept which was designed and developed by the founder of Boost Consulting. And
I would, if I can read your sentence correctly, you are trying to say create wealth, right? Create wealth with the fact that by thinking of others, you are creating a net worth already, right?
Yes.
That's one.
yes,
Number two, this is not about a one-time investment, all right? This is about a model that can sustain even to the second generation, because we are in financial industry.
yes,
Okay, if I can read you correctly, right?
yes.
So in other words, anyone who wants to come into a financial industry, they have these two benefits now, all right? One, the benefit of working with people, that will have you an extra capacity to earn. Number two, the financial industry can make you survive till second generation
And further, perhaps.
and
yeah.
further, right?
Yes.
So this is what I believe people are not understanding the what I call I would say call the stability of the financial industry, but the ability of the financial industry that can bring value to anyone who see how financial industry works.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct. In fact, going further, recently I believe many of you have seen a statement made by our finance minister, Tengku Zafro. He says that the majority of Malaysians are very, very underinsured, and you know, the protection level of Malaysians are very, very lacking. And I think the insurance protection, especially Takaful, is very, very appropriate and important to take care of these people. And I think what we are doing are also in line with the government's direction to contribute to their costs.
But I would, you know, among the insurance companies, they are highly competitive. Highly competitive in terms of their products, in terms of the way they you know, approach the people, right?
Yes.
So I would say it is a red ocean. It's a red ocean because everybody is trying to, you know, get to the people. Right? Now you are saying that there is a blue ocean, on the sense that people who wants to come into the blue ocean of the financial industry, there is a way to get into this blue ocean.
Yes.
All right, and this is what you're saying. This has never been done before. It is something new.
Yes.
That's why you want to describe what is this blue ocean of the program that you have, of the model that you have.
Yes.
That people will now see, oh, this is different than the others.
Yes. Very
Okay.
different. One of its kind, like I say, in Malaysia and also in the world.
So that is easier for us to promote when it's a blue ocean.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
May I interrupt?
Yeah, of course.
So if I'm not wrong, the youth, alright, of course they are also impacted when they see their fathers and mothers loss of job, many people committing suicide. So there's a sense of, how to say it, lost, that they don't know the direction there. So
Oh yes.
being someone successful in your field and carrying this, what is that, how do you say, bounce back factor? How do they get that bounce back factor to succeed in the business here and any business actually, especially during these times?
You're talking about guidance, you're talking about support.
What is it that our entrepreneurs of today
Yes.
need to bounce back from the pandemic effect?
I think if I can read the questions correctly, let's say you are the children of a business owner,
Okay.
and something happened which the father or the parents of the business owner did not do anything
To protect
to
them.
protect them, right? But the children are now suffering because the parents did not do that. To convince the parents right now to do that, they somehow miss this opportunity. Now you are going up to the second generation,
Yes.
where they should now know how to protect their parents' business. If they knew about it, that if their parents are not protected, they should come in and start protecting, so that if anything happened to the parents, they will not be suffering. That's what the question is, right?
Okay, wow, so long. Okay, doesn't matter. It's actually just to cut short the whole thing. Essentially, if you are a business owner, you build a business, and it's important that you make sure that you create a capital, a funding. If you want your children to take over the business to succeed the business, it's best if you can also provide a capital fund, and the capital fund can be created. The cheapest way is actually through insurance policy. Let's say example, you take out $1 million cover, you take out a $2 million cover. If anything happens, the family would have $1 million cash or $2 million cash. If the children were to take over the business, they will have time to learn the trade, and they have got a capital base for them to sustain through the transition period. It can be 1 year, it can be 2 years, because your children are very young. Whereas the father may have already built the business for 20, 30 years. For the children to take over the business, they need time. So this kind of financial aid through an insurance compensated, it will be very helpful for the children. This is one part of it. And of course, if the children, let's say, are not interested to say, maybe the father's business, parents' business are what you call a sunset business, then doesn't matter, just close shop, and then if they have a capital, then they can think about another alternative. Alright? So this is thing. And for the children to bounce back, like what Juan said, is if insurance industry is also a very simple, easy to start kind of industry. You don't need $10,000, $100,000, or $1 million to start the business. You just have to come in. You have a good mentor to guide you, experience, and a good system to support you. You just come in, you just learn, guided, and you will be able to pull through yourself, and you can become very successful. And you can actually become very wealthy in this industry. And this industry, in my 35 years, I've seen so many make it so big in the industry. There was one statement that was presented by my so-called guru at one time. He says that this Mr. Sami Value, MIC chairman, alright, he says that the industry that developed the most Indian millionaires is the insurance industry. Alright, easily they have developed 100 or more Indian millionaires. And for the Chinese, I don't know, 5 times, 10 times. For the Bumiputra, I believe there are also many folk. So this industry is a beautiful industry, and it has got a lot of future. The insured population is still very low. The potential is great. It's actually a sunrise industry, and a lot of people ignore this industry, unfortunately.
I don't think it's ignored.
Okay,
it's
fine.
I think the level of understanding, is completely lacking. The same thing when they talk about how people look at job, they look at from a point of view is a monthly paid job, whereas this is not a monthly paid job. This is a security for something to happen.
Oh, okay.
So it is to what extent people prepare for the future. So maybe our SustNet's motto, which is bringing tomorrow today, we have a motto, bringing tomorrow today, on preparing people on how to look at sustainability of securing their assets, securing their wealth, so that if anything were to happen, that future is protected today.
It's all about a change of mindset. I remember my father, usually it's all about this, they're afraid of all of the negative things that you see on the Malay drama where the children will benefit from the insurance and the old folks will be left to the old folks. So it's always that negative mindset.
Okay.
When they have knowledge, like what doctor said, alright, and training, then they will be aware and have sustainable practice. But now we're still stuck in that rut again.
There's a culture issues about how people abused the good values meant to be. Alright? So that is not about the industry. The industry is well enough to give you the return. But there is always the misappropriation of how they should, and they say when they got what they want, they become evil. You know what I mean? Greedy and evil. And this makes the society become worried. So is it the industry that's making them evil? That's the thing. Is it the industry that's making them evil? Or is it they started to see the devilish attraction that they can start to do something wrong?
I can share that in some aspects, also due to the industry reputation. Okay, especially the insurance industry. I got feedback some of my friends indicating that a friend of them, the husband used to work in insurance company before, and put in some money in insurance for the family. And then when that guy died, when the person died, the whole family cannot get the claim, was refused the claim. So those are the mitigation issues that the company has to come back and tackle that risk management issues that tarnish the industry. Because sometimes the words do go around without the proper context, it will really damage things. But in some cases they do, genuine cases that they cannot be claimable. So those are the things that they have to invest a lot of money there. So that's why
the trust.
Yeah, the trust and the words that go
The
around
trust
and
is
people
affected
scared.
by the track record there.
Yeah, track record, and also because of the word of mouth. That's what's happening in reality, that people are afraid to do that.
Okay, I have been in the industry for 35 years. Started as an underwriter. I was an underwriter in insurance company. Okay, study the technicality of the insurance terms and conditions, and I was also in the claims department for a certain period of time. Insurance is actually a contract where the terms and conditions apply. So right, so the insurance must be get right from the very beginning. Like disclosure of material fact and so on. It must be get right. I believe that cases like that where the policy does not pay at the end of the day, it has some valid reason. It's not that the insurance company don't want to pay. In fact, insurance companies are supposed to pay claims. Okay. But of course, when certain things are not done right from the very beginning, they cannot pay because, and this could be due to many reasons. One of the reasons is the unprofessional agents who is taking a shortcut, who have not done the job properly, like information are not adequate or lacking, or maybe misrepresentation or concealment of material fact. So they did not inform the insurance company. So later when claims happen, they found that, hey, how come this information are not given to us? Because the insurance company feel that if this information had been given to us, we would have looked at the risk differently. We may have, in the first place, if it's bad, we may just reject, and say that, okay, this is not insurable. Or we would accept the risk and we say, okay, we have to impose a certain condition. But many a times we come across, they did not mention all these important facts. So they want to get things, they want to make it easy, get the policy enforced, and then later on when claims happen, then they got stuck. And then they go through so many these things. I would say that this is due to a lot of unscrupulous, not the insurance company, I don't believe in that. the unscrupulous intermediaries who actually manage the policy for the customer. It's very bad. It definitely has given a bad image or tarnished the image of the professionalism in the insurance industry.
Yeah, it's very